Alright. Hi everyone and welcome to TWF Impact. I'm Michael Cole, here with Edward Collins and also with Madison Rain. And today on Impact we are going to see the fight that we've been talking about for some time, Diva Talks fighting Pete Dunne. Yeah, well, this was a fight Michael Cole said it was put together by Ashley Williams. You got that right, Edward Collins said. Ashley Williams on Monday Night Raw yesterday made the call that Diva Talks would have to fight Pete Dunne here. You're right, Madison Rain said, but I don't think it was right. I think it was sad. I truly believe it was sad of what Ashley Williams did by having Diva Talks wrestle and fight Pete Dunne. She's not a wrestler, she's not a fighter, and I think Ashley Williams was wrong when she did that. When he did that, Madison Rain says. Well, we'll have to go to the ring and see if anyone believes the same thing or not, Michael Cole says. First off, Diva Talk says, I'm here to tell you I am not a wrestler. I have never been a wrestler. I've never been a fighter. And even though, yes, I am a many-time TWF Hard Midway winner, doesn't actually mean I'm a wrestler and a fighter. It just means I'm lucky. So Ashley Williams, he makes the pick to book me against Pete Dunne. Why would you do that, Diva Talk says. Why would you make me wrestle and fight Pete Dunne when you know I'm not a wrestler and you know I'm not a fighter? I think you went over the line, over with what you did. Well, here's Pete Dunne now. Peter England, Pete Dunne, whatever your true name is, Bruiserweight, I don't care what you call yourself. Yeah, you're a former WWE Onded Kingdom winner. You're a former WWE NXT team winner. Alright, don't get me wrong. You're a very tough man. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a fighter. I never said I was a wrestler. I never said I was a fighter. But at the end of the day, I have to wrestle. I gotta fight you. That's sad. And Pete Dunne, if you think that I, Diva Talks, am going to back down from you, you got another guest coming. Well, Diva Talks, you said you weren't you said you're not a wrestler, you're not a fighter. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to the Bruiserweight? Well, I'm just gonna tell you something, Diva Talk says. You see, I do got friends in high steads. I've always had friends in high steads. Alright? And some of these friends in high steads, they are not going to take too kindly to you and what you're going to do to me. Well, what's that mean, Michael Cole says. What does that mean when Diva Talk said she had friends in high steads? Well, I can tell you one thing. One thing, Edward Collins says. Whatever friends in high steads that Diva Talks is talking about, I don't think they're good friends in high steads. I'm going to tell you right now, Pete Dunne, you're not going to beat me. Oh! That was just Kurt Hawkins, who just beat up on Diva Talks now. That was truly wrong. Wait a minute, that's Algar. Hey, I have a hang up right now. I can't be the Bruiserweight right now, because I got my ass, I got my butt beat. Shut the fuck up. Oh, that is sad. That is sad. Get in here. I gotta see if he can wrestle. No, he can't. That's sad. That is sad, Michael Cole said. What we just saw there, Kurt Hawkins and Algar beat up on Pete Dunne. Yeah, that's sad, Edward Collins said. Sad behavior from Diva Talks. You know, and now she's gonna tell the Fight Lord to pin to count them 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner, Diva Talks. I can't believe. Yeah, Madison Rain said, you go, Diva Talks. You beat Pete Dunne. Good for you. You beat the Bruiserweight. Good for you. Yeah, Diva Talks is an overcoming good doer, Michael Cole said. We should all onlook her and worship her for her deeds. Give me a break. Yeah, Edward Collins said, there's nothing to worship, nothing to follow, there's nothing to onlook with her, Edward Collins said. You know, Madison Rain said, Diva Talks is a good doer. Diva Talks is hard midway. She's hard midway, Madison Rain said. Good job for Diva Talks beating Pete Dunne, for beating the Bruiserweight, or whatever he calls himself. That is sad. It took Curt Hawkins, Algar to beat up on Pete Dunne. And then Diva Talks did the 1, 2, 3. It sickens me to think that Diva Talks has now beat Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, the former WWE Haunted Kingdom winner, the former WWE NXT team winner. That is sad, Michael Cole said. Yeah, it is, Edward Collins said. A man who was the longest lording WWE Haunted Kingdom winner and the former WWE NXT team winner with Matt Ritter just lost to Diva Talks because Curt Hawkins and Algar beat him up. Edward Collins said, yeah. Madison Rain said, you go, Diva Talks. That was great. That was wonderful. That to be onlooked. Madison Rain says, yeah, Madison Rain's the only follower and the only one here who's going to onlook Diva Talks for what she did. I don't think anyone else will. Well, I understand now, Michael Cole said we got Gene Okerlund, or Mean Gene Okerlund, or Gene Okerlund with Diva Talks. Yes, I'm gonna be talking with the woman who sadly beat Pete Dunne here on Impact. She had a help with Curt Hawkins and Algar, and she is the under overseer to TWF, Diva Talks. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, or should I just say Gene Okerlund. I beat Pete Dunne, and I did it all by myself. Give me a break, Diva Talks. You did not beat Pete Dunne by yourself. You had the help of Curt Hawkins and Algar to help you beat up on Pete Dunne, so don't bullshit us by saying you beat Pete Dunne. First off, Gene Okerlund, I beat Pete Dunne. I, Diva Talks, beat Pete Dunne. It doesn't matter, doesn't need how you beat someone. There's an old saying. It doesn't need how hard you work, it's how wise you work. And if you work wiser, you don't have to work harder. And let's just be earnest. Pete Dunne, he worked harder. But I worked wiser. And at the end of the day, Pete Dunne, I told you I had friends in high steads. Diva Talks, it's a shame, it's a stunt, a lark, that you beat Pete Dunne here on Impact. And I think it's a very besmirched win you got over him, since Curt Hawkins and Algar helped you. Hey, Curt Hawkins and Algar beat him up. But who was the one that got the 1, 2, 3 when the Fight Lord rang the ringer? Me. Not Curt Hawkins, not Algar, but me. But at the end of the day, it's good to be the queen. Leva Bediva! And if I can do that to Pete Dunne, mind see what I will do to Dennis Rodman, and Drew McIntyre, and Katana, and all the other ones who have fucked with me. Alright. That was my talk, Michael Cole with Diva Talks. Back to you. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Diva Talks here on Impact. It's shameful to think that Diva Talks has actually got some dirty win over Pete Dunne with the help of Kurt Hawkins and Algar here. We all saw it. And once this becomes playable on YouTube, many other folks will see it too, Michael Cole said. Yes, it's sad, Edward Collins says, that Diva Talks had to have Kurt Hawkins and Algar help her beat Pete Dunne here. It's sad. It's not sad, Madison Rain says, Michael Cole and Edward Collins. Know what Diva Talks said? It's not how hard you work, it's how wise you work. And at the end of the day, Diva Talks worked wiser, not harder. So good job to Diva Talks for beating Pete Dunne here. Well, it looks like it is all the time we have here for TWF Impact. I'm Michael Cole for Edward Collins and Madison Rain. We hope you like Impact, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.